What makes a song unforgettable? Is it the rhythm, the melody, or the voice that carries it? Or is it the story hidden in the silence between each note? The pain, the sacrifice, the unspoken love of those who gave everything so the song could exist. In a small neighborhood of Quezon City, where the sound of jeepneys and street vendors filled the air, lived a boy who carried such a story in his heart. His name was Adrian Santos, only 17, but with eyes that had already seen too much of life's hardships. He was the son of Luz, a quiet and resilient mother who spent long hours at her small food stall, selling rice meals wrapped in paper just to make ends meet. Adrian's father had passed away when he was only 8. From then on, their world shrank to two people, mother and son, leaning on each other like fragile walls holding up a home. Poverty was a constant companion. Their old radio often buzzed with static, their electric fan rattled through hot nights, and sometimes dinner was nothing more than rice sprinkled with soy sauce. Yet even in that scarcity, Adrian carried a light that refused to dim. At night, when the streets quieted, he would sit by the window with a battered notebook and a cheap guitar with one string slightly out of tune. Words poured from him, shaped not just by talent, but by lived truth. His songs were stitched from hunger, loss, and his mother's silent tears. Every lyric carried the weight of dreams he dared not say aloud. He wondered often, could someone like him, poor, unknown, with no connections, write a song that the world would ever hear? Could a voice born in the alleys of Quezon City ever echo in places he only saw on television? The answer seemed impossible. But in his heart, he believed songs had a strange kind of power. They could travel where people could not, reaching souls across oceans. And though no one knew his name yet, Adrian was writing a song that one day would silence a room filled with strangers, and even make Simon Cowell hear the next big hit. Dreams are often too expensive for the poor. For Adrian, stepping onto the stage of America's Got Talent seemed as unreachable as touching the stars. Yet, his mother's faith became the bridge. Luz quietly saved coins from every meal sold, slipping a few pesos into a tin can hidden under their bed. Adrian had no idea she was doing it until the day she placed an envelope in his hands, enough for a one-way ticket to America. The journey itself was overwhelming. It was Adrian's first time leaving his city, his first time on a plane, his first glimpse of a world he had only imagined. The vast airport in Los Angeles felt like another universe, its glass walls, endless corridors, and crowds rushing past him. He clutched his worn guitar case, his entire world packed into that single instrument, as if it were both shield and anchor. Backstage at AGT, the noise was deafening. Contestants from every corner of the world rehearsed, laughed nervously or sat in silence, their dreams trembling in their eyes. Adrian stood among them, quiet, his hands shaking. He was not here to sing a famous song. He was here to risk everything with his own words, his own melody, his story wrapped in music. The stage lights glowed in the distance, spilling through the curtains like sunlight waiting to expose him. His heart pounded so hard it felt like it might burst. He thought of his mother back home, probably awake past midnight, praying for him. He thought of all the nights he scribbled lyrics by candlelight, his voice the only thing keeping his dreams alive. As his name was called, Adrian took a deep breath. His legs trembled, but he walked forward anyway. Every step carried the weight of his childhood. Every beat of his heart whispered the sacrifices that had brought him here. He stepped into the blinding lights, into the silence of thousands of eyes waiting. And there, holding only his guitar and his trembling hope, Adrian Santos was about to sing, not just for himself, but for every dreamer who had ever wondered if their voice could be heard. The stage was vast, stretching before him like an ocean. Bright lights pressed down, blinding him to the sea of faces beyond. For a moment, Adrian stood frozen, the weight of expectation bearing down on his thin shoulders. His hands trembled as he adjusted the strap of his guitar, the old wood polished only by years of touch. The air felt thick, heavy, as if the entire world was holding its breath. He closed his eyes. In the darkness behind his lids, he saw his mother's tired smile. He let the memory steady him. The sound was soft, fragile at first, like a whisper afraid to be